Brett, you pretty happy with what you saw out there tonight?
I thought there were a lot of positive signs. It's great to see these guys finally playing together. There's been so much work that has been put in with their fitness base, and the last few camps, they deserve the opportunity to get out and play against somebody different. I think there are a lot of good signs that I saw, especially on offense. I think we have a long way to go defensively, but I think some of that's to be expected at this early stage. All in all, I was happy with what I saw.
You like the output from your big men particularly? I mean, they combined for 33. I think that's Alex and Aaron.
Our bigs did a great job. I think that it was defensively, I thought the first half we fouled a lot. I thought that they did a pretty good job of offensive rebounding. I think our bigs were good throughout the game. I think our guards needed to defensive rebound. But in general, I thought that the bigs had a heck of a game. Bainesy with 16 points was very good.
Brett, you've always mentioned the chemistry of the team, but it just seems like there's a really just nice engine humming under this team, and probably was at the Oceania qualifiers, and again tonight it was on show.
I believe that a large portion of that flow is going to rest with me on rotations. It's always the biggest challenge. We've selected the team. Now, that final hurdle is how do you play the team? How do you rotate the team? And people have come in with such a fantastic fitness base and are playing at such a high level, it makes my job difficult. But that's a good thing. And I think that, the rotations and how we sub this team and so on will be a challenge for me.
Everyone got plenty of minutes tonight except Daniel, because he's obviously not sort of involved as much. Was that the plan, to get everyone as many minutes as possible?
Yes, especially in this early part of our preparation. We've decided to bring Brad Newley off the bench so that we could get a bit more balance. We do it in San Antonio with Manu Ginobili. You see it with James Harden or Jason Terry, and Brad is our type of player like that, and it enables us to sub a little bit cleaner. I thought in general everybody, came in and contributed. Probably the biggest area of disappointment was the physical side of the game, and the individual defensive side of the game isn't where it needs to be. We all know that. And we have some fantastic edits to, confirm the areas of improvement that we need to focus on.
Paddy's game tonight.
I thought Paddy looked good. I thought he looked good. He shot the ball. He's got a beautiful stroke, got great arc, got great rotation. I think in general, going forward, it's that leadership that I'm going to ask from him when we start getting a little bit slack defensively or a little bit sloppy offensively. That's going to be his role. He's our point guard. He's an extension of myself. I thought in general, as a group, offensively, we shared the ball. To have 33 made baskets and 30 of them assisted is quite an amazing stat. And I think at this early stage, I thought the pieces to our offense far exceeded expectation, where our defense, I thought, for me personally, was a little bit of a letdown.
Nova gave you quality minutes as well.
And he's one of those dilemma-type situations rotation-wise, because he deserves to be on the floor. And then you look over and you have Patty. And so somewhere something's got to give where Patty goes to two guard and Matty goes to one, and they can play together. But with that decision, it's a domino effect and somebody else takes a hit. And so I think that the group is solid enough and has high character and can handle minutes and roles and the definition of what your role is. And at times it is horses for courses. It's different situations for different nights. Instinctively, I usually sub based on fatigue or a defensive matchup. And so again, it gets back to the challenge of me, playing this team properly and trying to get some type of rhythm to what we're doing.
What are your dreams and passion for the London Games, and how do you realize that dream?
It's to win a medal, and it's to continue on the path that these guys are currently on. It's really, to me, to answer your question, it's it's that simple, yet so incredibly difficult. But I feel like we're on the right path. We know how difficult that goal is, but that's our goal.
And how about what's the dreams and passion for the games, and how do you realize your dreams?
Yeah, like Brett said, it's to win a medal, and I think the group that we have, we picked out the best group to do that. Coaching staff, players, support staff. We've been together for a few years now, where everyone complements each other well. Everyone understands their role really well, and it's something that's difficult to do, but the guys really understand it. So given that, our expectations are high, but it's not impossible.
What are the major challenges, and how do you meet the challenges then?
Say again, sorry?
What are your major challenges, and how do you meet the challenges?
Oh, it's a big stage. It's a big event. You got the heavyweights of the world coming together and playing in a 2-week span, and throw us in the mix there. We feel like we're up there with the best. It's a great opportunity. Our challenge is to come out and to be us, to be ourselves. We've got our goals there. We've got our team goals. We know we're all on the same page with those goals. So like he says, it's simple in the end.
How deep does this team bat? Because when you look out there, there's 21 points, and you sprinkle a little bit of magic dust over over things from the perimeter. But how deep does this team bat, do you think, going into London?
It is deep, and again, you go back to the guys understanding their role. Guys don't try to do too much. Guys do what they're supposed to do, and that's about it. And when you've got a team that understands that and are on the same page with that, that's how we succeed. And it's a great job that Brett has done and the coaching staff has done to put that in place, a number of years back. So now we're 4 years ahead, and it's old news now. Where everyone knows what to expect, and vice versa. But it's great tonight where we kind of left off where we were this time last year against New Zealand.
Coach, do you bring some of the philosophies that you've learned or gained from the Spurs into the Boomers?
All of them. It's the truth. I think about it. I'm going on my 12th year with Pop in San Antonio. It's what I know best. There's a personal feel with my own experiences that gets sprinkled into that delivery of offense or defense. But what we do replicates by and large almost everything that the Spurs doing. It's what I should do. It's what I know. It's what I've been doing the most. And so things on the fly, you can make adjustments. You can talk to them about counters in the offense. We're used to it. We've been doing it for a long time. And it's particularly great for Patty because he knows exactly what I'm saying. When we come over and we got to change a defensive thing or an offensive thing, there's a great line of communication. I feel so fortunate to have had him 3 months earlier than we now come in to Melbourne. We've been doing this for a while at a high level. So yes to your answer. This is very much an extension of the Spurs system.
When's Anderson joining the squad?
David will be coming. David will be coming in for the Gold Coast camp. He will not be a part of this tour. We have a Basketball Australia Heritage Night, which is a fantastic night, getting former players and coaches under one roof. It's really quite a remarkable event. He will be there, and there will be, a presentation to the 12 Olympic athletes. But in regards to actually joining the group, that's not going to happen until the Gold Coast camp. We have things in place for when he lands in about 72 hours that, he's going to be based in Melbourne, and us, the coaching staff, we're going to dig in so that he understands the structure, so that when he comes in to the first day of camp, it's not going backwards. It's hard for these guys to have to reteach, start. So it's on us and David to try to get acclimated to the structures, particularly offensively, through DVD playbooks and video and walking him through it and getting it shot so that he's able to go in to the camp. But he will not be a part of us this particular tour.
Brett, how do you change things? Do you change much for game 2? Do you sift through the players a
Yeah,
little more?
you don't change. You just get better. Like, I feel like there's so much ammunition in that video to not challenge the players, to show them, as Patty said, we've been doing this for a long time. We're not going to roll in, and they're going to know. They know what I know. They're going to know somebody got beat middle, or somebody didn't rotate, or there was poor individual commitment, or somebody missed their box out, and we just got out physical, or they got a deep catch in the post. You know, they're going to know that, and there's just a lot of information defensively that they're going to see to just continue to lead us where we want to go. It's an instructional thing. It's a good thing. It's part of the process. You know, it's our first of 7 remaining games left, so now we have 6. And the clock is ticking, and it gets a little bit more serious and important. It's on all of us to make those adjustments and continue to improve.
Thanks a lot. That was well done.